保存、艺术、教育。我是标本播植师。
Fulfilling, support, hope. I'm a mobile vet acupuncturist.
生命本来就是一个奇迹，
这个也是我最有满足感的。
这份工很特殊，很有意义。
生命确实很可贵。
我在奇迹里面扮演一个重要的角色。
My name is Dawn Wong. I'm 34 years old this year, and I'm a mobile vet and vet acupuncturist.
How many appointments do you have today?
We have 5 appointments today. Aussie, Doji, Flash, Arthur, and Ella.
Hello. Hi, Ozzy. Ozzy is a 3-year-old French bulldog, and he had episodes of pain in his neck and back previously. So we do acupuncture to help to relieve the pain. Suspected he could have possibly a slip disc.
When the animals go to the clinic, they are normally fearful because they can sense that it's the clinic, and somehow they just know that at the clinic this is where scary things might happen, and they are sometimes like trembling and shaking and not wanting to go into the clinic. But if you go to their house, they tend to be more relaxed, and you can actually see what their real personality is rather than a very tense and shivering animal in the clinic. Mostly I do acupuncture for dogs and cats. The owners that approach me usually is either because their vet has recommended acupuncture to them, or they have researched their pet's condition online and then they found out that acupuncture is one of the treatment options for that condition. As I was growing up, I always loved animals since I was a young child. And when I was about 7 years old, then my family adopted our first puppy. As a family, we brought the puppy to the vet for checkups and vaccinations. And then that was when I was exposed to the veterinary industry for the first time. And I thought, wow, this is such a cool job because you get to spend your whole day with animals. So I studied the vet course in Melbourne Uni. It was a 5-year course. If you want to be a vet, there's no course available in Singapore. So you have no choice but to go abroad to study. I learned the acupuncture course from college that is based in Australia. You do have to be a vet, and then after that, postgraduate, then you can pick up these courses.
Hi, Momo ready? Yes, good boy.
我是 Angelia， 我今年46岁。我们养了一只 Mini Maltipoo， 它今年已经3岁多，它的名字叫凯。凯对我们来说好像是多了一个孩子似的，每个人都说，哎，你多了一个 baby 要照顾。
Shushu then can come out, okay? Otherwise they will.
它不能够离开我太久。好像我如果要出去，我告诉开的话，他就会好像很伤心这样。我就觉得好像一个小孩子，妈妈要出门了，我没得去，我只能够留在家里看家那种感觉，是蛮可怜的。开其实才3岁多，所以他其实还是一个很活泼的小狗，很爱动，很爱跳。但就在2022年的3月份的时候，他不像平时这样，我就过去把他抱上来，他从我手中整个尖叫，然后跳出我的手，就发现他其实得了 IVDD， 就是 slip disc 啦，他根本都不能够站，而且很痛很痛，你站起来就跌下去，就完全不能够走似的。我们最担心的就是以后他该怎么办，因为他才3岁多，所以非常的心疼。vet 就提议说，如果我相信针灸，我就可以给他尝试一下。
Why I decided to become a mobile vet acupuncturist is I realized that when you're working in a physical clinic and you see patients in and out very quickly, you don't really get to know the animals and the humans very well. But when I go to somebody's house, then it's more like a more comfortable kind of pace, and you actually get to see the relationship of the owner with the pet.
It's me. Hey, come here, Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Kai. He's so scared.
Sometimes when you put needles into painful areas, then they may react.
Okay, last one. No. Come here, lie down.
Good boy, down.
Of course, they don't understand why you're doing a painful thing to them. And so they may react in ways to try and get away from that unpleasant situations.
抖得很厉害。看到开有针扎在他身上的时候，心里有一点心痛，但是又知道说这个东西是为他好，所以就没办法。看他身体这么小，要有这么多针在他身上，是有一点辛苦啊。Don't worry, okay? You're done.
Such a good boy. Well done. Good job.
Good boy. You wanna walk? You wanna show doctor you can walk around? 每一次治疗后都有进展的时候，我们非常的感恩，很感恩他能够恢复接近原本的那个跳动力等等啊。
Push it. Good boy.
Good boy, come. Go walk.
Yay! Now we are friends again.
Even if I can't help all the animals in the world, if I can just make a difference in one animal's life or one family's life, then that makes me happy. I have 2 cats currently. Valentino was adopted as a kitten from a kitten fosterer. The second cat is called Kelly. She was also adopted. We see our pets as family. Now Valen and Kelly are both very old, and they both have medical conditions.
我的名字叫 Nicholas， 我是文颖的先生。有时宠物不幸过世 ，Don 难免也会受到一些影响，心情低落一点，我就会尽量的安慰他。
A few months ago, one of my cats actually passed away. Smiggle was with me for 7 years. Smiggle passed away because he had heart failure. The house feels very different when your pet that has been there for many, many years is suddenly not there anymore. So this is Smiggle's urn. It contains his ashes inside. And we put it over here at the TV console so that we can see it every day, and then we are also reminded of the happy times that we had with him. After owners put their pets to sleep or after their pets pass away, most owners will choose to do cremation. I think during the grieving process, some people find it harder than others to let go. Saying goodbye is always very, very hard.
"我之前有养了一只小猫，它得了癌症去世了。它在这个冰箱里面。我的名字叫郑慧清，我今年34岁。贝拉她好像我第一个孩子，我爱她好像我自己的，养她像我自己的。这11年，她一直在我身边，除非我是出国的。如果我出国，她会很伤心，会在我的床上哭，一直在我的枕头睡觉。每个人出去做工，他会在门口等我们，到晚上最迟的人进来，要不然他会一直等，一直等。我怀孕的时候，他也是一直等这个小孩出来，就是在我的旁边睡觉啦，或者在我的肚子上睡觉，好像等他的弟弟出生哦。突然间有一天，他得了癌症， 他进医院的时候，刚好我们还在搬家，我就心里很不安，我就跟我爸爸讲，我要去看我的猫，因为我觉得今天真的可能是最后一天。他一看到我很开心，但是他想起来抱我，他又没有那个力气。那我看他一直好像很辛苦又很痛，我跟他讲是 OK， 你可以走，我们已经有这个很好的10年在一起，我很爱你，如果你真的是痛，你就走。他就当时走了。离开我之后，我就觉得我很想念他的温暖，他的毛，我很想念抱着他，随时可以走来走去，走来走去。我就又很想念叫他的名字。他去世到现在还在这个冰箱里面。我以前在澳洲的时候是读法医，我做这行的时候就是有遇到很多骨头，我觉得骨头是蛮重要的，来保留很多的回忆啊。我就一直想我要把我猫的骨头留下来。我认识到我现在这个朋友 Vivian， 那我们已经有 soft agreement to 把它 taxidermy into a museum artifact。
Hello there. Sorry for your loss. Let's grab a seat with us. I just lost my pet. Sorry for your loss. I understand you want to preserve Henry. Are you familiar with the process of preservation? Occasionally, pet owners would have their pets pass on in the late hours of the night. During this time, I would go down and meet them, or they would come over to my place and meet us, and I would console them and collect the pet from them. The eyes are flesh, so all flesh will decompose over time, so we cannot preserve it. What we will do is recreate the eyes with glass eyes, and this will be handcrafted to fit Henry's specific eye shape. Most owners would already know what taxidermy is, but in their moments of grieving, I will take the time to console them during their grieving period and explain to them. Hey Vivian, we have a new request.
Who is it?
It's Henry, a Chihuahua. My name is Jivan. I'm 31 this year. I work as a pilot and my wife is a taxidermist.
我是谭金云，今年30岁，我是新加坡目前唯一一位标本剥制师。我的工作是帮宠物主人保留他们去世的宠物变成标本。之前你只是可以把它们烧掉，现在你有另外一个方法，就是把它们保留下来。我们的工作室里面也是有一个冰箱，就是我还没开工之前，那些死亡的宠物，我也会把它放在冰箱里先，然后我才开始工作。在冰箱里呢，我这里有很多人的宠物，我们有 Chinchilla， 还有 Civet Cat， 我们还有 Hamster， 还有鸟。看到你自己的宠物变成标本，我觉得是另外一个方法来 cope with grief。我上学那时念了动物学，那时我学会了怎样要保留动物，怎样要解剖它们。我在念书那时也是没有想到是会做标本剥制师，会找到这一个行业。因为我自己也是很喜欢做艺术品，然后我也是一个很喜欢科学的人。在我眼里，我觉得标本是有不一样的美。到现在都已经做了好几百个宠物标本，就好像有猫、有狗，还有兔子等等。 Hello Black Crow Taxi 的面啊。
Hi Vivian， 卡贝当走了。
很遗憾你的宠物刚过生了。
我需要你帮我做成标本。
可以啊。
我就把它带下去你那边。
好的，好的，
谢谢。
OK， 再见。
我是奥卡吴，我是一名纹身师和一个古典音乐老师，今年35岁。我有一个很可爱的龙猫，叫卡贝，它是我一生中的很好的伙伴。卡贝，带给我们很多快乐。看电视，如果我们换很像那种八卦新闻，他就超爱看。我们换去那种很认真的那种视频，其实他不看，他就躲在他的那个小屋里面睡着了。他很奇怪，你知道吗？如果那种很像 American Next Top Model 是他最爱看的节目，他就超喜欢站在那边看。他会把那个我们没有买给他小枕头，他会移到前面，他会把他手放在那边。卡贝有时就比我更像我父母的孩子，因为这个龙猫很懂事。我爸妈都是在菜市卖菜，所以他们很早起来，凌晨12点1点，然后那只龙猫就会站在那边陪他吃饭之类的。到了晚上呢，他们工作回来，还是我放工回家的时候，那只龙猫就会在那边陪我们一起看电视，就是一家人一块做的事。每天放工，我会回家陪它玩，然后因为我也是画画还是弹音乐，读书读到凌晨3、4点，它也陪着我。那时候我就觉得很奇怪，因为有时我会跟它说话，它好像听得懂，就有时伤心的时候，它会把手放在我的手那边说 OK。你知道吗？就是一个安慰，他很像是一个朋友这样。卡贝陪我度过了很多时刻，我觉得好像很多时间，一下。这个是我最好的朋友，我很想保留它。我跟我的朋友说过，我要拿去做标本，他们就说他是你10年的朋友，你可能会比较辛苦，如果你每天看到他。可是我觉得是一种解脱，是一种安慰。因为那时候我婆婆过世的时候，我也是做了纹身，我才明白那个意义在后面，就是一种 like a spiritual healing。所以对我而言，我会看待这个标本，不会说伤心，我会觉得是欣赏为一个艺术那样。因为卡贝真的是很美，因为它的一举一动，你就会想起来，其实它是一个很特别的一只龙猫。
有些人看到我们有这个服务，那时也是会讲到一些不是太好听的话，就是好像这些都已经死了，为什么你还要把它们保留下来？但是宠物主人平常拿回他们心爱的宠物，都会觉得很感谢啊，很开心，就是可以碰它们了，它们不用在他们的世界里消失。平常宠物主人都会来跟我分享他们的 emotion， 跟我分享他们的动物是怎样过世的，我要了解他的宠物是怎样死亡的，然后我才可以做一个很好的工作。有另外一些误解，就是觉得很多标本是很虐待动物，特地去杀死动物来做标本。我们真的是不会伤害动物的，全部动物都是人家捐给我们的，还是他们自己的宠物。这2年来也是会看到很多人对标本的想法会转变，就好像有人家结婚，他们的 decoration 在他们的婚礼上有时会用到我们的蝴蝶。
我是 Terence， 我今年35岁，我是一名销售员。
嗨，我是 Grace Lin， 我今年27岁，我是个服装采购员。
今天是你们的婚礼，不像普通的一个 white wedding。 今天的摆设 bridal table 除了普通的花，我们中间也有3个标本，还有一个 skull 在中间。我们的 photo booth 我们也有一个超大的 glass domes， 里面有很多蝴蝶。Guest tables 我们会放很多标本。死亡啦，不是要逃避的东西，我觉得是一个很美丽的东西。我们都知道彼此不是那种很 conform、很 normal 走 normal 路线的。我们对艺术、对音乐，还有对我们的婚礼要有很 special、很大胆的 idea。
Do you promise to love and cherish her as long as you both shall live? Yes, I do. Wow, come on, let's give him a big hand.
像花朵，现在人家也觉得，它们干了、它们枯了都会漂亮。这些 insects， 即使它们死了过后 ，taxidermy 也是漂亮的，也能带出它的魅力。像我们的婚姻一样，我们也要 even till death is still beautiful。呀，到了死亡也是漂亮的。
我本身是很喜欢这些标本的，因为就觉得它们很漂亮，很有趣。让这些宾客看到的这些 beetle 这些死的 insects， 他们可以重利用，然后变成一个 art， 给他们第二个生命。
我喜欢 taxidermy， 可能就是从小吧，就从小因为我的 parents 从 overseas， 他们有买一些 butterflies 的 taxidermy， 然后从小就喜欢 insects and animals。Even in school, you know we have those botanists， 然后我是那个 entomologist，young entomologist。
从小就很 interested with 这些东西，然后就看外国的频道有 feature 这些店，有很多不同的 taxidermies 挂在墙上，然后就觉得这些是一个 respect 吧。
所以我们想我们的宾客对这些生物更多一点兴趣，敢大胆一点的尝试新的东西，你想做什么就敢做，不要因为很多人look down or like 迷信，反而就呀，
喜欢的话就 just 做。
Yeah。
为宠物主人延续对宠物的爱，我觉得很有意义。
I hope I can help as many animals as possible and give them quality time and memories with their families.